6 days to declutter before habitat arrives. 6 days to declutter before habitat arrives. Well into the process. And it is a process. You know, you get excited about habitat coming to fix up your house, but you don't think about your own faults, like being a pack rat who lives alone in 3 rooms full of stuff. That's what's going on now. And I really need these 6 days because I usually do good at the last minute trying to pull things together, and it looks like it's working, but I got one big thing I need to do because they're going to be working on a window here too, and I got my new setup for storing records in the wrong place, because I think they're going to work on that window that I'm looking at over here, and I set up a new place for my records that were on this wall with a plug. These are the things you have to think about when you're doing the habitat and you're cluttered and got pack rat stuff around. So I'm going to move this to this side of the room, and let me tell you, this is a lot of stuff to move because I took a lot of time getting it organized to this wall, and then I was wrong. It should be on that wall. But at the time, that wall had too much stuff on it. So I'm going to have to move these around with my empty boxes. So let me show you this nice clutter I've got over here. The clutter I got looks like this. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like this big shelf, and it goes up and all the way down, full of records. And then on the other side, I've got clutter to move to this side. Mostly those are empty boxes. So that's what I'll be doing today. And so moving records is truly not easy if you have a lot. And I'm not even mentioning the stuff that's in front of me where I've got my camera set up that I'll have to adjust also. And I mean, this is way less than what it was before. And then, of course, the living room is its own story. And another room is its own story. I've got records in every room except the bathroom and my bedroom. Okay, I had to think about that, you know, but that's what's going on now. So they're going to come out here tomorrow with the city, and I don't know what they're going to look at, but you know, they'll tell me whatever they need to tell me. You know, when decluttering, they say you get, you know, you think about, I'd like to have Habitat come to my house and fix it up and do things. There's a different step that you have to do once that happens. If you're lucky enough to have that happen, then you're in a hot bowl of soup, because depending on what they're going to do, you may have to move out like I did, because there's mold up at the top of the ceiling here that they're going to have to clear off, fix up, repaint it or something. And then he's going to change the window over here. The window is going to have new blinds. You know, I love blinds. You know, a recluse has to have blinds or something dark on the windows, because, you know, we just don't want people just looking willy-nilly. You know my the way black people think too, you know, we've always said black people cover their windows up. Most black people do. But white people love an open window. they, they love it. I mean, and I've never understood that. They don't mind people just watching them walk around halfway nude, whatever. I have friends that I used to hang out with, and I used to always ask them, I said, why don't you have some window coverings? You know, the sun would set in the evening, we'll be sitting in the living room, everybody can see you. I said, they'd never thought about it. They just thought that's just the way it should be. I was telling them, I said, you know, in my neighborhood, that's not the way you do that, you know. But anyway, that's some of my reality. And of course, every day I find something new. I found these nice, from my, I found a good friend here who I used to work with. I found a Christmas card from him from 2002, after I left my computer job. You know, yes, I was a computer operator. It was a thing, and there were black people in it. Don't you start. And I used to love this guy. He was a big, handsome guy, and I used to just kind of I thought he was great. He was simple, but he was great, and he drank a lot. And he got arrested, or something happened to where he ended up going to some type of alcoholics rehab. And this is somebody that was 20 to 30 years old. And he was sexy. And he used to just kind of flirt with me all the time. And I just sit there and, nah, man, you know. and but he would, he ended up having, and then when he got married, he ended up having about 5 kids, and like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought, oh my God. Him and his wife, they got married, sent me some cards, sent me a little religious note in it, and from 2002, I found that, and I thought that was good, because it's you find some good memories. Yesterday, I found my taxes and all kind of things from 1999 to 1993, stuff I had just folded up in a box and didn't look at. And then when I did look at it, I was just shocked at the memories that kept coming through. I declared bankruptcy in the 90s. So when I declared, was it 2000? I threw all that stuff away because I wasn't looking at it, but it was good to remember it, just like this card. I declared bankruptcy. I was really awful about credit, and it was in the heyday when everybody was declaring bankruptcy. It was in the 90s, and then I found the lawyer that did the bankruptcy with me, and kind of brought back memories. It was a cold feeling about that, because I really ran up bills on top of bills. I did the classic no, where you're borrowing off of one card to another to pay a card, trying to keep it. And this works for about 2 or 3 years. And then one day it just falls apart. You just cannot pay these cards. And that's what I ran into. So, I did declare bankruptcy. And it was good that I got it done. But I do believe I was working for a company called OnStar, and I do think that I was let go they said I took a quarter for a sale that I shouldn't have. And it was just a way of firing me, because they probably found out I had declared bankruptcy. At that time, they would fire you for bankruptcy if they felt like they needed to, or if it was a rule. I don't know whether it was a rule or not, but they'll look for stuff on you. And some of these customer care companies that I was working for. So that was a bad experience, but it led to me going further to customer care at the cable company, which was a blessing. Of course, I worked at Walmart for a little while. That's a lesson. I got to tell you some Walmart stories. It's just unbelievable, but they were there for me. If you're down and out, go to Walmart. They'll put you in storage or whatever they want to put you in, but they will hire you if you're down and out and they don't have as much requirements. I told them, I said, well, I declared bankruptcy. They said, well, we'll see it, and that's not part of our requirement at this time. So I got to work in customer care on the desk for returns at Walmart. And that was, I've always said, I can never say anything bad about Walmart because they came in just like that and hired me when I needed to. And then the thing about Walmart, they'll hire you and they'll work you for like the first year or the month. And then they'll start messing with your schedule because they're trying to balance their own books. And so luckily I got my customer care job at the cable company. And one of the people that worked at the cable company is the one that saw me, and I did such a good job for her. She gave me her card and told me to come in to the customer care and apply. And so I did, and I got the job. And that was one of the best things. So I can't ever talk about Walmart because they saved me. And I could never talk about the cable company because they hired me and saved me too. So it's good to be saved by a job if you need one. So I went through that. Of course, my life's just been always trauma after trauma, but whose life isn't? That's the way life is. You need to get used to it. Something happens all the time. Not all of us can lean on a rich parent or a rich relative or stash money. You scuffle and do your thing as much as you can. More about that later on. What's up next? Oh, and then I found a nice Christmas card from my cousin from 1999. No, 2003 for her too. And so I found some good little cards here, and I was just looking at them. And I think I'll keep these three. But the majority of the stuff I found, the bankruptcy papers and things like that, they're in the trash. Because I'm past that point, and there's no use to look on to keep being reminded of hard times. But it was good to be reminded of hard times. Just take a quick look and move on, because you're not going to remember most of this stuff. Like, I was surprised at some of the stuff I did see that I had kept on there. I had a lot going on, just a lot. I think the reason I kind of watch my pennies now is because I did have a hard time. I'm still drinking coffee. If I'm talking too much, I'm sorry. It's the coffee. So, on this day 6, on this 6 days before Declutter happens, I'm going to move these and do it like I said, and just try to do more. I got to do it time. I have to go by my body chemistry of how I work, because I don't kind of come to life till about 12, 1, 2 o'clock. And that's what's going on here at this time for me. I record a day ahead. But now I'm feeling good. I got my coffee. And of course, the kitchen is going to be last because it's just a lot in there. And I don't know how they're going to do it. I got a hutch in there. I can't physically move it, so they would have to physically move it. They're going to bring a big old move-in box for storing stuff in it. So I don't know what goes in there. He should tell me tomorrow when the Habitat people in the city come out. So they'll come out till tomorrow. They'll come out 6 days before they come in. Like, I've got 6 days, but I got to be out on the weekend on a Sunday. Well, I guess Sunday or Monday. I got to be out Monday. They come in. So that's what's going on with me. And so I'm gonna do that, and all of the wonderful things I want to change about my uh, programs that I use for YouTube. I'm still looking into those, but I guess on my downtime, I'll be at my cousin's, and I can look at that again. Oh, and I bought some vitamins from Amazon that I thought I needed, and I'm trying something called flaxseed oil. And put that in Copilot or Chat GPT and find out what that's about. But what I found out about it is that um, it does good. It's supposed to be good for your body. I found that out on YouTube. I read up on it, and then I went to Amazon and I looked at all the stuff they had out there, and they're just big, giant, yellow gel pills. And so I've already taken 3, so we don't want to overdose on flaxseed because we don't know what it might do. And then I also got sea moss gummies. I looked at this brand and found out it was the most economical and but this sea moss is supposed to be good for your body, and I think it is. It's kind of hard to tell what is good and what is not, but I watch YouTube and they tell me that it's good. And I like and these are gummies. And look at these gummies. They look like CBD gummies. So you want to keep these in this so you don't get confused if you got CBD gummies. If you don't know what CBD is, then look it up. But it does look like CBD gummies, but I took one this morning, and so I didn't have any kind of other feelings. So these are my 2 new things. I do buy stuff like this a lot. I don't know if you do, but I look for good things to help you out now, even more as I've gotten older. So yeah, that's what I got going on now. So I'm taking my CBD gummies and my flaxseed oil pills, and getting ready to move this stuff over. So psychologically, this is it's a go. Waiting for the ship to go. Don't want to be like an Elon Musk ship and blow up in the air as you're taking off. So I want to make sure everything is great before I go. I can just do the best I can in here, and then you just have to go and let them figure out what they need to do. I've got the corners cleared out for the plugs, and I didn't know how I was going to do that. That was a feat to actually be able to look at these plugs and see them. And I got one behind me, so I'll just pull this dresser drawer back a little bit because they're going to have to go behind it, and probably on this window they're going to have to do something there because they're trying to clean the lid. This window kept lead, and it also has the moss mold at the top that they're going to take care of. I think they're going to take care of that here and in the living room. So in other words, I need to have someone paint too. I never even thought about that. I just never, when you live by yourself, you just don't think about those kind of things. I was just comfortable living in I call it the Addams family home. I had to finally get a dust thing to wipe a long spider web thing that was just flowing in the air. And it came down in front of my television when I was watching it, and it was just blowing because the heat came on, the air came on, and I looked up and I thought, what is that? It was attached to the ceiling, I think, and then it just dropped down, and the wind was blowing. I said, I finally went there today and got my little dust bunny mop and swiped it away because, that was kind of unnerving. Every time it would come on, it would just And that's my life, and so all my therapy people out there, thank you for dropping in again. But we're in the process, and I'll let you know each day until it actually happens. Well, once again, I'll talk at you later on, and thank you for dropping in. Take care now.